Entity relational model. The entity relational model is the generalization of hierarchical and network model. It is a conceptual data model developed by Peter Chen. The conceptual data model is a set of concepts that describe the structure of database and design a view of data. The model is define the element and relationships for a specific system. In entity relational modeling, the database structure is drawn as a diagram called as entity relational diagram. Entity, real-time object. Building blocks of entity relation diagram. 1. Entity, 2. Attribute, 3. Relationship. Entity. It is a data object which the information can be collected represented by rectangle. 1. Strong entity. Strong entity is one whose reality doesn't depend on another entity represented as rectangle. 2. Weak entity. Entity which doesn't have a key attribute is called weak entity. Attribute. Characteristics or properties of an entity represented by ellipse. 1. Simple attribute, an attribute that consists of a single atomic value and which cannot be subdivided represented as signed ellipse. 2. Composite attribute, an attribute that can be both divided into subposts represented. 3. Single valued attribute, an attribute can have only single value. 4. Multi-valued attribute, it can have multiple value represented by ellipse. 5. Derived attribute, an attribute that value is divided from the stored attributed represented by dotted lines. 6. Stored attribute, an attribute that supply a value to the reloaded attributed. Relationship. The degree of relationships is the number of entities associated with relationship and it represented by diamond or rhombus shape. 1. 1-to-1, only one entity of the first set is related to only one entity of the second set. 2. 1-to-many, one entity of the first set is related to multiple entity of the second set. 3. Many-to-many, multiple entity of the first set is related to only one entity of second set. 4. Many-to-many, multiple entity of the first set is related to multiple entity of second set.